Poverty remains a persistent and complex issue in the United States, affecting millions of individuals and families across the nation. Despite being one of the wealthiest countries in the world, but some of the city where financial struggles are of everyday life, a place where poverty permeates the streets, leaving families in a constant battle against economic hardships. America struggles to address the root causes of poverty and provide adequate support for those in need. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, in 2020, approximately 10% of Americans were living below the poverty line, which equates to over 34 million people. In this video, we will explore 10 cities' highest poverty rate in America. Number 1. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, once the heart of American industry, Detroit was known as the Motor City in the early 20th century. The world's largest automobile companies were born here, and it contributed significantly in making America economically strong. The demise of wealth in Detroit started with the decline of the auto industry of the nation set up here. But now Detroit has faced decades of economic hardship, exacerbated by deindustrialization and urban decay. Here, more than 38% of its residents live at or below the federal poverty line. Many Detroit residents face economic instability due to low wages, unemployment, and underemployment, making it difficult to afford basic necessities. Poverty is associated with higher rates of chronic diseases, mental health issues, and limited access to healthcare services. Children growing up in poverty often face obstacles in accessing quality education. Many Detroit residents struggle to find affordable, stable housing. About 60% of the population has left here, and most of the area here is completely poor. Number 2. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio is a completely bankrupt city in the US, with about an estimated 400,000 people living here. Cleveland is located in northeastern Ohio on the southern shore of Lake Erie, about 60 miles west of the Pennsylvania border. Cleveland is a city with a rich history and vibrant culture, but it also struggles with significant economic disparities and poverty. The average household income in Cleveland is $55,028 with a poverty rate of 31%. Many Cleveland residents face economic instability due to low wages, unemployment, and underemployment. Financial insecurity makes it difficult to afford basic necessities such as food, housing, and healthcare. Unfortunately, Cleveland's public education system faces numerous challenges. Number 3. Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio is a charming city located in the Midwest of the United States. While Dayton is known for its contributions to innovation and industry, Dayton's history of industrialization dates back to the early 19th century, when it emerged as a center for manufacturing and innovation. In 2024, 1.4 lakhs people lives in Dayton City. According to recent data, the average household income in Dayton is $57,574, and the poverty rate in Dayton stands at around 30%, significantly higher than the national average. This means that thousands of Dayton residents are living below the poverty line. Many Dayton residents face economic instability due to low wages, unemployment, and underemployment. Financial insecurity makes it difficult to afford basic necessities such as food, housing, and healthcare. Number 4. Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford bears the burden of one of the highest poverty rates in the state. Approximately 1/3 of its residents find themselves ensnared by the grip of poverty, struggling to secure basic necessities such as shelter, sustenance, and healthcare. Several interconnected factors contribute to the prevalence of poverty in Hartford. Limited access to quality education and job opportunities perpetuates cycles of intergenerational poverty, trapping families in economic hardship. Hartford has a 2024 population of approximately 1.2 lakhs. The average household income in Hartford is $61,201 with a poverty rate of 27%. The scarcity of affordable housing exacerbates the plight of low-income residents, pushing many towards homelessness or housing instability. Number 5. Rochester, New York. Rochester was a thriving city in the past, as it was the home to various flourishing cities back in the 70s and 80s. Nearly half of all children in Rochester live in poverty according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Defines those in poverty living in Rochester as a family of 4, making less than $27,750 a year. About 2 lakhs people currently reside in the city of Rochester, New York. According to recent data, Rochester's poverty rate is approximately 33%, making it one of the highest in the state of New York. But due to the hefty tax burden in the area, not only the economy of the place got affected, but also various industries left the area and departed. But today, things have taken a 360-degree turn. People are not anymore attracted to the job offered there, and also about 35.5% of the population is spending their life in poverty. Number 6. Newark, New Jersey. While Newark ranked 3rd highest homelessness rate in 2024, Newark is the 73rd largest city in the United States by population, with a total of 3 lakhs residents as of 2024. The median age in Newark is 34.6 years, and the median household income is $41,335. Unemployment rate stands at 7.03%, while per capita income amounts to $19,682. The city also faces various struggles regarding violence and race. 25.2% of Newark, New Jersey residents had an income below the poverty level in 2021. Poverty isn't just about income, it's about lack of access to quality education, healthcare, and basic services. In Newark, systemic issues like institutional racism and housing discrimination exacerbate the problem. Number 7. Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson is the capital of and the most populous city in the U.S. state of Mississippi. If you look at the poverty map of the country, the western part of the Jackson city will point out to have the highest poverty statistics. Around 1.5 lakhs people live in this city in bad conditions. The average household income in Jackson is $61,182. According to recent studies, nearly 25% of Jackson residents live below the poverty line. Poverty in Jackson isn't just a statistic, it's a daily struggle for thousands of individuals and families. High unemployment rates, lack of access to quality education. Poverty in Jackson is a multifaceted issue. It's not just about financial hardship, it's about lack of opportunities, inadequate resources, and social marginalization. Number 8. Syracuse, New York. The city of Syracuse is a part of the New York State. This city of 1.4 lakhs people is one of the big cities in the nation that has become poor. In 2024, over 29% of Syracuse residents lived below the poverty line. That's nearly 1 in 4 people struggling to afford basic necessities like food, housing, and healthcare. This number disproportionately affects children, people of color, and single mothers. According to the latest data from the U.S. Census Bureau, Syracuse is now ranked number 1 for the highest childhood poverty in the country. The average household income in Syracuse is $63,012. Due to the major snowfall in this city, about 25% of the total household expenses of people here are being spent on arranging for heating supplies. Number 9. Birmingham, Alabama. This vast city is home to about 1.9 lakhs who have declining job opportunities and are facing a vast economic crisis. The city has also seen a drop in its population, employment, and poverty rates. About 29% of the population of this city lives in poverty. The typical household income in Alabama is about $32,000 per annum, is extremely less than the national average. The consequences of poverty extend far beyond financial hardship. It affects access to education, healthcare, and even basic necessities like food and shelter. But amidst these challenges, there's hope. Birmingham is home to numerous organizations and individuals dedicated to alleviating poverty and supporting those in need. Number 10. Springfield. Currently, the city of Springfield has a 22.9% poverty rate. This means that 1 in every 4.7 residents lives at or below the national poverty level. Springfield's poverty level is almost twice that of the state's 12.9% poverty level and is over twice the national poverty level. The percentage of citizens living in poverty is higher than both Kansas City and St. Louis. The average household income in Springfield is $66,206. According to certain reports and resources, this is one of the most impoverished cities in the US, with a population of about just 25,000 people. It's heartbreaking to see families in our community struggling to make ends meet. Many are working multiple jobs but still can't afford basic necessities. The cycle of poverty is relentless. Without access to quality education and job opportunities, it's hard to break free from its grip. As we conclude our exploration of America's top 10 cities battling poverty, it's clear that poverty is not just a statistic, but a lived experience for millions of Americans. Addressing the root causes of poverty requires a multifaceted approach that encompasses economic empowerment, social justice, and community resilience. By shining a light on these communities and their struggles, we can collectively work towards building a more just, equitable, and inclusive society for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and reflection.